So I'm outside 100 Duane Street. This is the firehouse of Engine 7, Ladder 1, Battalion 1 in Manhattan. We're in Tribeca, a little bit north of New York City Hall, and this firehouse behind me has a particularly important 9/11 story. In the summer of 2001, two French filmmakers, Jules and Gédéon Naudet, were filming a documentary telling the story of a rookie firefighter, how he goes from being a recruit to becoming a fully fledged member of the FDNY. And they were working out of the firehouse behind me. On the morning of September 11th, 2001, the firehouse, Engine 7, Ladder 1, Battalion 1 were called to inspect a routine gas leak a few blocks away from here on the intersection of Church and L'Esplanade Streets. Jules Naudet went along with them, and he was able to document some of the only footage of American Airlines Flight 11 hitting the North Tower of the World Trade Center. When they went along to inspect the leak, everything seemed normal. Everything was fine. Battalion Chief Joe Pfeiffer, who was leading the companies, was inspecting the leak as normal. At 8:46, American Airlines Flight 11 roars southward across the skies of lower Manhattan and crashes into the North Tower of the World Trade Center between the 93rd and 99th floors. Because they were in New York making this documentary, because Jules Naudet had gone along with the firemen to inspect the gas leak, he had inadvertently captured the only clear footage that we have of American Airlines Flight 11 hitting the North Tower on 9/11. The companies immediately responded to the World Trade Center, and Joe Pfeiffer was dispatching some of the earliest alarms to FDNY dispatch. He, in fact, was the first fire chief at the scene that morning. Engine 7, Ladder 1 began an immediate search and rescue operation and started walking up the stairs of the North Tower to try and reach anybody who was trapped. Jules Naudet was in the lobby of the North Tower at the fire command post with Joe Pfeiffer, and he was there with his camera at 9:03 a.m. when United Airlines 175 crashed into the South Tower of the World Trade Center. So for the next hour, Jules Naudet was capturing Joe Pfeiffer and the other fire chiefs in the lobby of the North Tower as they were coordinating a rescue operation to reach as many people as they could in the North and South Towers, which had both been hit by hijacked planes. Now, Gédéon Naudet, Jules' brother, remained at the firehouse. When the planes had hit, what he did was he started walking down towards the World Trade Center. And his footage mainly captures the reaction of people on the street as they're witnessing the horror going on above them. At 9:59 a.m., the South Tower of the World Trade Center collapsed. Jules Naudet, Chief Pfeiffer, and the other fire chiefs were in the lobby of the North Tower still coordinating the rescue. Split second of confusion, the rumble starts, and everyone starts running. Now, the men in the North Tower, the men of Engine 7, Ladder 1, along with other fire companies, now took the decision to evacuate the building. Now, whether they had heard evacuation orders from Chief Pfeiffer and the other fire chiefs, or whether they had made the decision themselves, they now began walking back down the stairs. 30 minutes later, at 10:28 a.m., the North Tower of the World Trade Center collapsed. Now, miraculously, the men of Engine 7 and Ladder 1 all returned alive, filtering back into the firehouse behind me throughout the afternoon of 9/11. And this included the rookie firefighter, the Naudet's film subject, Tony Benetatos. Unfortunately, Chief Pfeiffer's brother, Kevin Pfeiffer, of Engine 33, was one of those killed in the collapse of the North Tower when it came down at 10:28. The firehouse behind me became part of the visual record of that day when the Naudet brothers released their documentary film 9/11 in 2002. And it's still one of the most visceral pieces of documentary filmmaking that we have that relates to that day. And today, Engine 7 and Ladder 1 are still working out of this firehouse, still responding to fires, still saving lives, and still a part of New York's bravest. 2,977 people were killed on September the 11th, including 343 members of the fire department of New York City. It was the largest loss of life of a fire department anywhere. Many more would suffer and pass away of illnesses as a result of working in the rubble of the World Trade Center between September 2001 and May of 2002. At firehouses across New York City, there are mounted bronze plaques that commemorate those lost on 9/11 and those who have passed away as a result of illnesses. Next time you're in New York City and you're walking past a firehouse, keep an eye out for them.